My name is Jeremy Mercado, and my project is Cassius, from Julius Caesar. Ready? Oh, Brutus, these things are beyond all use, and I do fear them. What can be avoided, whose end is purposed by the mighty gods? Yet Brutus shall go forth, for these predictions are to the world in general as to Brutus. Even so, great men, great losses should endure. A peevish schoolboy, worthless of such honor. I know that virtue to be in you, Brutus, as well as I do know your outward favor. Brutus and Caesar. What should be in that Caesar? Why should that name be sounded more than yours? Write them together, yours is as fair a name. Sound them, it doth become the mouth as well. Weigh them, it is as heavy. Conjure with them, Brutus will start a spirit as soon as Caesar. I was born free as Caesar. So are you. We both have fed as well, and we can both endure the winter's cold as well as he. Now, in the name of all the gods at once, upon what meat does this our Caesar feed? That he is grown so great. Age, thou art ashamed. Rome, thou hast lost the breed of noble bloods. Who till now that talked of Rome could say that her wide walls encompassed but one man? I know no personal cause to spurn at him, but for the general, he would be crowned. And then I grant we put a sting in him, that at his will, he may do dangers with. The abuse of greatness is when it disjoins remorse from power. And to speak truth of Caesar, I have not known when his affections swayed more than his reasons. But 'tis a common proof that lowliness is young ambition's ladder, whereto the climber upward turns his face. But when he once attains the utmost round, he then unto the ladder turns his back, looks in the clouds, scorning the base degrees by which he did ascend. So may Caesar. We all stand up against the spirit of Caesar. And in the spirit of men there is no blood. Oh, that we could come by Caesar's spirit and not dismember Caesar. This shall mark our purpose necessary, and not envious, which so appearing to the common eyes, we shall be called purgers, not murderers. Peace, count the clock. The clock has stricken 3.
But yesterday, the word of Brutus might have stood against the world. Now he lies there, and none so poor to do him reverence. He lies not like the living. O my heart, O masters, if I were disposed to stir,
Oh, pardon me, thou bleeding piece of earth, that I am meek and gentle with these butchers. Thou art the ruins of the noblest man that ever lived in the tide of times. Woe to the hand that shed this costly blood. Over thy wounds, now do I prophesy. A curse shall light upon the limbs of men. Domestic fury and fierce civil strife shall cumber all the parts of Italy. Blood and destruction shall be show in use, and dreadful objects so familiar that mothers shall but smile when they behold their infants quartered with the hands of war. All pity choked with custom of fell deeds, and Brutus's spirit, raging for revenge, with hate by his side come hot from hell, shall in these confines with a monarch's voice cry havoc, and let slip the dogs of war. That this foul deed shall smell above the earth, with carrion men groaning for burial. O coward that I am, to live so long, to see my best friend taken before my face. All the conspirators, save only he, did that they did in envy of great Caesar. He only, in general honest thought, and common good to all, made one of them. Here, a mourning Rome, a dangerous Rome. Writings, all tending to the great opinion that Rome holds of his name, wherein obscurely Caesar's ambition shall be glanced at. O mighty Cassius, Cassius, thou sleepest. Awake and see thyself. Shall Rome, etc., speak, strike, redress? And it is much lamented, Cassius, that you have no such mirrors as will turn your hidden worthiness into your eyes. I have heard where many of the best respect in Rome have wished that noble Cassius had his eyes. Into what dangers would they lead me, Brutus? That they would have me seek into myself for that which is not in me. I am not gamesome, and those sparks of life that should be in a Roman I do want, or else I use not. I do lack some part of that quick spirit that was in Brutus. I know not, gentlemen, what you intend. Such instigations have often been dropped where I have took them up. Shall Rome and company, thus must I piece it out. Speak, strike, redress? Am I entreated then, to speak and strike? O Rome, I make thee promise, if redress will follow, thou receiveth thy full petition at the hand of Cassius. Cowards die many times before their deaths. The valiant never taste of death but once. Men at some time are masters of their fates. The fault, dear Brutus, is not in our stars, but in ourselves, that we are underlings. Now be a free man, and with this good sword that ran through Caesar's bowels, search this bosom. Take thou the hilt, guide thou the sword. Romans, countrymen, and lovers, hear me for my cause. Be silent that you may hear. Believe me for mine honor, and have respect to mine honor, that you may believe. Censure me in your wisdom, and awake your senses, that you may the better judge. If there be any in this assembly, any dear friend of Caesar's, to him I say that Cassius's love to Caesar was no less than his. If then that friend demand why Cassius rose against Caesar, this is my answer. Not that I loved Caesar less, but that I loved Rome more. Our legions are brimful, our cause is ripe. The enemy increaseth every day. We at our height are ready to decline. There is a tide in the affairs of men, which taken at the flood, leads on to fortunes. Omitted, all the voyage of their life is bound in shallows and in miseries. On such a full sea are we now afloat, and we must take the current when it serves, or lose our ventures. Run hence, proclaim, cry it about the street, some to the common pulpit, and cry out, liberty, freedom, and enfranchisement!